I know you guys don't watch these Instagram lives for a story time, but I see people commenting about the gas prices, which they are expensive, but you need to hear this story of one of the most ridiculous fan encounters ever. Um, so I'm coming out of PetSmart, me and my filmer, and first off, I want to mention I've already debunked it on my Snap story. I think a month ago or 2 months ago, these two people at Walmart were following me and filming me, and they were saying like I'm rude to them and I was rude to my fans and stuff like this. I've told you guys it's not true. They weren't actually my fans, and they were actually rude to me and didn't respect my personal space. I'm kind of sounding like a baby, but it's just the truth. But I mean, they follow me in the bathroom and stuff. Like, I'm just being honest. So, but let me get back to the story. Bottom line, I'm trying to be nicer to people so I don't get a bad rep. I'm walking out of the place we just filmed at, and these teenagers walk up to us, like four of them. They're like, "You're that guy from TikTok." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, I love this video." This person's like, "We watched this here." I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to like this. They actually watch my stuff, and I'm happy. And they walk away, and right behind them is like this 40-year-old guy. I thought he was with them, like their dad or something, but he wasn't. And he walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, I love your videos, this, that." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And, I always like it when there's an older person saying that. It doesn't happen super often, but when it does, it's a nice surprise. And he's like, and he's getting real enthusiastic. He's like, my nephew is a huge fan of yours. He's the one that showed me the videos and all this stuff he's telling me. I'm like, "That's really cool." And he's like, "Yeah, he's right over there, right over there." And there was a Dollar Tree hooked up to that plaza. And he's like, "Yeah, he's right over there." And I look at my filmer. I'm like, "Hey, let's go surprise him. Let's go like just walk up to him, mess around. That'd be fun." And he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go. Here, follow me." And we're walking and walking and walking. It's longer than you think. Like, it's a pretty big plaza. And we're approaching the Dollar Tree, and he's like, "Oh, he's actually in the car." I'm like, "Okay." I'm thinking in my head, "What? How do you know that if you said he was in Dollar Tree?" But anyways, there was a gas station right in that parking lot, and he's like, "Yeah, he's in the car." Now we're walking and walking to this gas station. First off, if you're going to Dollar Tree, why are you parking in the gas station parking lot? And we walk up, and guys, we're now at this gas station. I shit you not. The shittiest damn car I have ever seen. And I'm not trying to sound like fucking like a bitch, but here's the truth. A car that gets you from point A to point B is a good car. But this car, I don't care if it got you from point A to point B. It sucked. The hood wouldn't close, and he had like an orange fucking bungee tie or some shit. It was rusted. It was like a four-door Buick. Guys, the shocks were like totally shot and jacked up. It was like literally like you had to see it was bent out of place. It did not even look like a real car. And I'm like, "Okay, where the hell is this guy's nephew?" I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And he's like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have no money for gas." He's like, I've been asking everybody." And I'm like, "What?" And he gave me this whole story. He came from Tennessee or some shit like that, and his friend ditched him. Some like whole ordeal. They were supposed to like go in on it together. Some shitty ass story. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I like call him out. I'm like, "Why did you approach me?" He's like, "I overheard those people talking." And he's like, "I thought you could help." I'm like, "Have you ever even watched my videos?" He's like, "Absolutely not." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "I don't even really go on the internet." And bottom line, I know you guys are going to say, "Oh, you're a dick." I was just kind of fed up. And I'm like, I was trying to do something nice. I just walked away. We just both walked away.